ladies and gentlemen. Today, we are going to do the Valorant weapon tier list. Alright, the competitive weapon tier list. What weapons I think are good in competitive, what weapons I think are bad in competitive, okay? So we're going to start off with... What do I start off with? Let's start off with the Odin, alright? The Odin. Oh god. We're going to just like pull out random thingies. So first off, the Odin. Oh man, I feel like Odin's C tier. It's definitely not A tier or S tier. People like it. I think it's not. Nah, I'll put it D tier actually. I'll put Odin as D tier. Ares. People have been telling me Ares is so good. I hate using it. I can only tap with this weapon, with the Ares. I'm also gonna give it a D tier. I just don't like machine guns. I'm sorry. Okay. The Operator. This is pretty, obvious. I think Operator is one of the best weapons in the game. So, like, it deserves S tier. Like, you can... Operator is like the weapon that really needs a lot of skill. And you can own with it. So, I would give it S tier. It's so strong. Like, the one-shot capabilities are fucking crazy. You can even wallbang with it. I would definitely say S tier. Then for the Scout... What do we give the Scout or the Marshal in this game? Would I give it C tier or B tier? It can one-shot headshot. And I feel like I actually do pretty good with the Marshal, personally. Alright, I'll put it B for now. We might swap this, okay? We might swap this. Now we have the Vandal. The Vandal, obviously, a wonderful freaking weapon. I think I'll give it A tier. For now. I feel like Phantom and Vandal have to be in the same group. Like, the reason these are not S tier is just because, like, they're just, like, solid, I mean, they're insane weapons. And I like these more, by the way. Just so you guys know, I'm not an AWP player. I like rifles more. But I do feel like an AWP is stronger. It's also more expensive. But it's also less, I guess, it's not for every spot, Now we're going to take the Guardian. The Guardian is going to be kind of hard for me. Because I've been using Guardian yesterday for like so many matches. It's definitely not A tier though. It's lower than Vandal Phantom for sure. The Guardian is a one-shot headshot. Yeah, I think we'll do this. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll put Guardian B. And we'll move the Marshal to C. Bulldog is also going to be... Bulldog is also going to be this tier. Bulldog is going to be the exact same tier. Because it's just... Some people like Bulldog more than Guardian. Some people like Guardian more than Bulldog. But in my opinion, they are both strong, but not as good as the top three, right? Alright. So then we have the Judge. Wait, where did I move the... Wait, which layer is the Judge? The Judge is this layer, okay. The Judge... I, like, never use the Judge, honestly. I think I'll give it a D tier. Just because it's, like, it costs 1,500. And you can get a decent SMG for that money. So I'll give it... Do I give it E tier? I think it's actually worse than this. I think I'll give it that tier. We have the Bucky. The Bucky as a weapon's not that strong, but it's literally $900. And I think a lot of good players are starting to play Bucky now. They're starting to kind of abuse how ridiculously cheap it is. So I actually might give it B tier. Dude, this is a pistol cost. And it's a one-shot weapon. Is it B? No, it's... man, I feel like it's... Maybe C tier. Maybe C tier. Like... It sounds like a B tier weapon, but seeing what I put on B, it's like, alright, I'll give it a C. Then Spectre, probably one of my favorite weapons in the game. This is the kind of like a silenced SMG type of gun. A lot of people would compare it to, I guess, the MP7. Or is it the MP5? MP5 CS. The MP5. Yeah, silenced MP5. There we go. A lot of people would say that's like a very solid weapon. Medium penetration as well for the walls. I'm going to give this a B tier for sure. This is like almost a rifle. So I'll give that a B tier. Then we have Stinger. Stinger is a little bit worse. It has less of a range, but it's still solid. I think Stinger belongs in a C tier. It's actually pretty good right now. See how we have like a you know, what do you call that? Like a very good distribution of weapons. Sheriff. Oh man, that's gonna be actually hard to decide. I might leave for Sheriff for later. I'll leave Sheriff for later. Ghost. I might give Ghost S tier actually. This might be weird, but I think I'll give Ghost S tier. I think Ghost is one of the best weapons in the game. Like, it's a pistol, it costs 500, and it's a fucking laser. And you can kill a rifle with the Ghost. You can kill a rifle with the Ghost. Frenzy, in my opinion, is one of the worst weapons in the game. I don't like it, but I also don't like the CZ Auto. I'll give this an E. I just don't like it. I think it's bad. I think the classic is way better than... I would rather use a classic than a frenzy. Shorty is probably an F tier weapon. You can kill with it, but it's yeah. It costs 200, which is free, but you're better with a classic, right? Frenzy is not always better than a classic. Now we have the classic. Classic has to be a C tier. I can't put it anywhere else. It has to be in the middle, right? Now, the Sheriff. Where do I put the Sheriff? One-shot headshot capabilities, very good. Very big spread when you're tapping fast. Medium rate of fire. You would say Sheriff B? It's definitely between A or B. It's definitely between A or B. But the cost is not A-worthy, you know? These rifles are both 2,900, right? And they're very, very good. This is only 200 difference, right? So this is 2,700. This is 2,900. So 200 difference in the actual price. But this one is way stronger, right? And then the Bulldog, again, is way cheaper than the Guardian. It's not that much worse, but it's definitely worse than the rifles. So, you know, it can be in the same tier. But Sheriff... I don't know if it's C or B. I feel like I would actually put it as C, man. Because I never go for Sheriff. I always go for Ghost. Ghost is cheaper, and I like it more. Yeah, sure. Less damage. No one-shot headshot. But I just feel like the Ghost is so consistent. Like, the more I think about Sheriff, the more I want to downgrade it. I think I'll leave it at C. I wouldn't give it a B. I think, dude, the Spectre is so much better than the Sheriff, in my opinion. Even for the price. Like, this is double the price, guys. Sheriff and Spectre are double the price. But Spectre is something people would consider worthy of a full round buy, you know? Like, if your team is doing a buy and you don't have enough for a rifle, you know, and let's say you don't want to run a Bulldog, you can buy a Spectre, right? And you will be, I want to be full buy AR kind of guy because you have medium penetration. Sheriff also has the damage and the penetration and stuff, but it doesn't have the... It just doesn't have the... I don't feel comfortable with the Sheriff in my hands. I really don't. But I do feel comfortable with most of these weapons. And it's only 200 difference with the Stinger, so it can't be a tier higher, in my opinion. Because, again, I would rather take the Stinger as well. So I'll leave it C tier. Yeah, I'll leave it C tier. That's my tier list for the competitive weapons. I think it's pretty... C plus, sure. Let's say C plus, all right? Just because of the one-shot headshot, because that's a big deal in the game. But Marshall has that with the scope, you know. C just means good. Like, C is very, very good as well. Like, if you pop off with C, you are, you know, gonna pop off hard. Yeah, that's my tier list, guys.
Break my heart, set it all on fire. I can't be safe, so I get higher. And take my soul, throw it in the fire. I can't be safe, so I get higher. One shot, then 10 top, pass out. Never seeing me again when I...